just take us through what Stan is and how did Parth Chaddha came to start it?
Yeah, I think thanks for having me here. I mean, the journey started with building games. That's like the very early, like 2013, 14.
Yeah.
In fact, 2012 is when the first HTML5 game sort of exercise is what I got into personally. Wanted to learn building games because during my school days, I used to spend a lot of time in the gaming parlor next to my house. I ran a credit line over there, like used to keep playing and on a weekly, monthly basis pay the shop, the gaming
What
parlor owner. And then
what year was
I
this?
this was 2006, 2005. Games like Tekken, games like Mustafa, Ping Pong, all these were like those huge big consoles, right?
Yeah.
And what I really admired there was the social aspect around gaming, like becoming friends with those people in the neighborhood, coming there and hanging out.
Yeah.
I think that is something which I really, really admired, and I felt that if we could capitalize it on a digital avenue, this could turn out to be something big, and that is what led to me getting into gaming world, and then obviously we saw the likes of Dream 11, MPL, Winzos and Candy Crush and Ludo King, all these different titles becoming popular during the COVID and pre-COVID, post-COVID waves, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so totally in line with the social aspect of gaming, and I think
Absolutely. Absolutely.
different reasons of people to be on these games and platforms, but more or less social angle has always been the core of everything in gaming. So yeah, I think I started building games with a couple of friends, became very proficient at it. I would say I started freelancing by selling these small games to e-commerce players. I remember my first game which I freelanced for was a Mintra e-commerce sale of 15th August, where it was a simple like interaction on the Mintra platform with a small gamification. I remember a lot of people wanted to try gamification to boost retentions and stuff, and
Yeah,
that
actually this started way back, like when I was trying to get into the industry back in 2006, 7, right?
yeah,
Contest to Win, Media to Win were a few
correct.
companies who did this really good. And I think the web games
Absolutely.
that you're talking about, the first 10 years of this century, like 2001 say leke 2010, 11, till the smartphones came in, it was all
Yeah,
about these web games and the contests and
true,
the advert
true, true, true.
games, promo games, kick as
The Farmvilles, the all these sort of titles, right? And that is where I so the first decent money I bucks I made was selling one quick game to an OTT platform. It was Sports Bingo.
okay.
Okay, like I created a unique fusion of cricket and bingo, which is like Tambola or Housey in
Yeah.
very popular. So I made some decent cash there, and I started realizing that why am I working at JP Morgan? I, I
You
worked
were?
there for
You were?
I was I worked there for 3.5 years
With
as a tech.
what time period was this?
This was 2015 to 2018, right?
But but
18 last quarter. Yeah,
yeah, but I think that those years, I think gaming was doing really good in those
it
years.
was crazy,
Didn't
and
it?
and
Didn't it like
I was
feel?
following every company. I was looking at what different insights we are seeing in the industry. I was looking all those reports. I was talking to people on
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
yeah,
And while I was doing all of this, I was building these games, right? On the side. And JP Mate was that pretty, usual job of I was part of the risk team. So risk traders used to use this software where they used to get these limits कि यार इससे ज़्यादा trade मत करना आज based on all the shock scenarios and the Bloomberg data.
yeah.
So lot of different stuff like very contradictory to the gaming world. And 2019 is when I plainly jumped into building a real money gaming platform, which you mentioned, the Evor games prior
Yeah.
to Stan.
Yeah.
At about 3.5 years journey there, I cracked RMG to some great extent.
Hmm.
Understood why people want to play, what they want to play. We had about 5 million plus gamers. I scaled it to ran very lean, didn't raise a lot of capital there, being first time founder.
Yeah.
And it took a strategic turn and exited. And then Stan is what we see today, 2022. Lot of learnings from the last 6 years, which led to the inception of Stan.
Got
So
it.
one biggest thing was the platform where gamers can hang out is not available
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
Stan.
Yeah.
Like we could see people hanging out or let's say chatting on WhatsApp groups, Telegram channels, Discord. Discord was one choice, but it was very Western product, very PC product. And there is a world of creators in gaming, which you would find these guys on YouTube channels, Instagram
Yeah.
profiles, right? And but they're not making money there enough there,
True.
right?
True.
So solving around these issues is what led to Stan's birth. And today gamers come on Stan to hang out, have fun, talk to each other, make friends, and play with each other. And a part of a cohort of these gamers are creators who essentially can monetize that game experience. Like if I am a guy who can bring 50 people together to play a game, I can charge my audience some small $1 $2 for something exclusive which I create in those game rooms, be it the engagement around it, the fun around it, the rewards around it. So that's what Stan is for you, like gamers hangout place.
Got it. Got it. Like in a simple layman term, like if I'm a content creator, I have like a certain audience out there. I can come on your platform, um, bring my audience also, and I can
Yeah,
play games on that while I can also charge my audience to interact with me or watch me play,
true.
strings like that.
True. And what does a creator need? Creator needs growth, be it financial growth or follower growth, right? And these two are interlinked as well.
Yeah.
Financial growth can only happen if you have infra, if you have those tools and stuff which the creator needs to kind of let people get those exclusive experiences, and they're ready to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
And gifts and digital, like in on Stan, it's called Stan Club passes. If you buy those pass, you enter a club. Club is like a audio chat room or a game room where he's gonna drop like ID and password of an exclusive game lobby,
Yeah.
and he's gonna just say that, hey guys, if you are really hanging out here having fun, just send me 2 club passes, I'm gonna add you in this lobby, right? So sort of uh, creating those avenues where people can start generating wealth as a creator around gaming.
Understood.
And what we noticed on the existing platforms were, if you have not picked up, if you have not reached those 100K 200K subscriber base, you're not making money.
Yeah.
And the difficult part is that first 100K, which
Yeah.
actually where which is where the creators need the help, right? So that is what is happening on
Yeah.
Stand today.
Then it's like a snowball, right? The
Then it's
first
like this one. Yeah.
because I also I read a lot about brands getting involved into Stand. Right? What is the brand play overall in this?
Sure. So now what has happened is, it's been 2 years of go live. Like August 2022 is when we put our app on the Play Store and App Store, and we've reached about 15 million plus downloads now, which is like a big number of gamers or users on the app, right? And activity time is pretty good. Daily active users are pretty high. Now we have so much audience. We started seeing that there are games who were interested to promote on Stan. There were brands who wanted to get those eyeballs to us, right? So we started analyzing that if we can create that infrastructure in place where we could get you those early playtesting users, we could get you those live tournaments sort of engagement, and we could get these experiences curated for any specific brand or a game. And the most important piece for distribution is creators as well. If you look at, lot of games have spent almost 70 80% of their dollars more of marketing on influencer marketing.
Yeah.
Like if you talk to any gaming founder or marketer, he would say, "यार बढ़िया results आते हैं, when I run influencer campaigns, I run conversion deals and stuff like that, right?" And we have about almost about 100K small and big creators on stand now.
Got it.
Imagine switching that on for a game, which could be anything, which could be a Ludo, a Bingo, or let's say a Free Fire, PUBG Mobile, and everybody on stand talks about that game, and you have those clubs running around the game. We ran an experiment with one game and we got them about 100K daily active users on that day. Yeah, I mean, switching on the influencer creator base we have on the platform and getting these games and brands those eyeballs, those distribution is something which has come out really well. And now, obviously, we have about 100 plus games which are working with us to get the requested traffic or the best conversions possible. If I tell you,
Got it. Got it. Yeah, and I mean, it's quite relatable to me also when you say, we also started realizing that the social element um took a much bigger picture back in 2017, 18, where games like PUBG and Ludo King came
right?
in, right? Before that, everybody thought India cannot make money from
Peacock,
games,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
true.
then one thing everybody realized was like, okay, PUBG people played, PUBG made money. Then Ludo King came in. What is the common factor between both of them is because people are connected so much in these games to each other. There's a
Hmm.
lot of social engagement happening in both the games, which is why and I think your entry into that sector at that time was perfect at a right time, right? I think that's where the whole leverage of trying this social angle worked for you.
Yeah, I think we realized that none of the platform is solving for it right now.
Yeah,
So we jumped into it, I think, and it has rewarded us. And because we've experimented a lot, we've in fact got some insights from our previous experiences, and I think that's why we've reached like this massive scale in like 2 years' time.
yeah, and that is way too impressive. I think 12 million, right? 12 million in 2 years
Yeah.
is crazy number. Do you also you know think about having a future in esports with Stan?
I mean, we already do esports in the sense of tournaments and like a lot of these BGMI Free Fire custom lobbies and like all those sort of engagement. It's already happening, in fact. In fact, we started with the whole esporty vibe where we were, creating these collectibles of these big esports players and teams and people who want to play with them and participate in tournaments. They were buying these collectibles. So esports is a big enough part in Stan's world today.
Got it.
Esports is nothing but like a segment of these gamers who play competitive.
Yeah,
So we keep on hosting these tournaments very frequently.
understood. Understood. Does there is there any uh, play of NFT and tokens also included in
We
this?
started with that, but right now we've focused more on how we can use these club passes to be, getting those engagement layers driven. We started with NFTs in day one, and it picked up really well. So in the gaming world, the gamers don't care if it's a NFT or a fungible token or whatever it is. They just care about whether it's a card, what do I get if I buy that item in the game.
Yeah,
They just want all these technologies to be abstracted, and that is what we've done from day one, and that has always been in favor of us.
got it. Got it. I recently also saw the news of Nazara getting involved into Stan.
Yeah.
How big is this news for you?
I mean, we are really excited. Proves a lot that like it's a big validation that somebody like Nazara, which is like the only listed company in India, they coming on the cap table with us. It's anyways, it's gonna boost our momentum, like the speed at which we are looking to chase our vision. And I think that's the discussion me and Nitish, like who's the chairman at Nazara. I know him like from almost like couple of years back, and I have seen that they have been very sustainably growing company. And the idea of bringing Stan into the Nazara's ecosystem is also with the fact that they have lot of games which they're looking at publishing, or they're investing in games. So a lot of synergies which exist
Yeah,
with Stan as a platform, and it's in fact that piece in their entire picture which is actually going to be like the game changing aspect,
yeah.
right? And for us, it's like a great exciting news.
Absolutely. Because what we see now with Nazara is that they are on a spree to, to
Yeah,
get all the best companies under one roof,
true.
where uh, cross platform, cross promotion can happen for the games overall. You also mentioned this, the ecosystem, or the players or the people that are connected on Stan um, are useful for the developers also. When you
Right.
spoke about the brands, it's also helpful for the game developers to promote the games, to get that initial kind of feedback from them, right?
Yeah.
What is the average audience that you have? Is it like the global demography that you're targeting, or is it India specific?
As of now, it's India. We do see users using it from like the subcontinent, like Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Some of them are even logging in from Dubai as well. So, but we are very much India focused today. So you would find like gamers and users predominantly from Indian subcontinent geography.
Got it, got it. That's really amazing. How do you, before we wrap it up, how do you see the future at Stan? Like, what is the ultimate goal with Stan?
See, the idea is that Stan becomes like the gamers' hangout place, the companion app. Like if anybody who is a gaming enthusiast, or if somebody is like a pro gamer or casual gamer, they should have Stan downloaded in their phone. This is where they will find their friends to play, their hangout spot, because eventually everybody is connecting on digital, on online avenues. There's so much of usage of devices and screen time today, right? So there had to be a place where I could have my virtual friendships running. And gaming is a place where, like I said, a lot of friendships and experiences are created. So down the line, like in the global market, everybody who is a gaming enthusiast, or a be it a hardcore gamer or a pro or a casual, right? They should have Stan in their phone where they team up, they gang up, they play. And the games could be like any sort of games which we partner up with, or even the communities which the creators are going to create is offering them different games to try out.
Got it, got it. Great. You've been on the side of building products, but also being like a gamer yourself, right? What is it that you wanna tell the people who want to jump into the entrepreneurial side of building startups in gaming? Because you've been doing that for a while now. You did successfully with two startups, right?
Yeah, I mean, finding that one insight which is running, which you can drive on scale, is something I think which should be the first thought, which I felt has been a value add for my direction into building in the gaming industry. Like ऐसा क्या है जो आप scale पे कर सकते हो, and it's a very strong insight which you feel that nobody is sort of addressing. Like as simple as like hanging out, people wanting to create experiences around live game rooms. That is an insight which we felt, and we felt no, none of the platforms were solving it. Then people wanted to play fantasy cricket, is a big insight which Harsh and team started in 2010, 11,
Yeah.
looking at football fantasy. So I think the thought has always been same key. What is one insight which you feel can be big enough to crack in the market? Just focus on that, try to find that out. And I think you will find that by playing games, by being part of these companies or platforms where these games are running. And then, yeah, I think that should be your starter. And then as you keep building, you keep evolving. So the destiny does not get defined on the first day of the company. Usually does not. Could be like a very subjective thing, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is a lot of them just want to get started with it, like with even before getting any kind of knowledge, working for a different startup or you know.
I think that is important, but there's a contradictory part as well. Like people who are completely out of the industry bring a fresh perspective in it. They don't look at from the biases what we look at it कि यार हम लोग 5-6 साल से we are in the industry, we understand कि ये नहीं चलेगा, तो we always feel कि ये नहीं चलेगा, right? There are two sides of the coin, but getting an experience working and understanding how companies operate, the economics behind it, the business behind it, I think those are the fundamental things which any entrepreneur should be knowing
Yeah,
before getting started. I think that is important.
yeah, absolutely. Cool, Parth. It was great chatting up with you.
Likewise,
Thanks for being on the podcast. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.